We are here at Everett High School for the first round of the D1 North Tournament. Alex Luco alongside Dom Lorenzano. And Dom, this is our first road game this year. Those Beverly jerseys, pretty fire.
Oh, absolutely. Those look great.
This is a team that Beverly lost to February 2nd, 65-58. Alyssa Moreland had a huge game that night, 32 points, 26 rebounds as she gets announced there in the starting five. Huge game for her, 32 and 26. They still couldn't get it done.
Well, it didn't help. Haley had a cold night shooting. So if they're going to win this game, they're going to need both of them to show up. And we've talked about they need a third person as well. It could be Bakey off the bench. It could be Beaudry inside driving the ball. We've seen Bernard at times too.
Starting five, you have Moreland, Anderson, Bernard, Beaudry, and Gotch. And now for the starting five. This is elaborate. We haven't seen this. And this is a little intimidating. I'm not going to lie. I like it. A lot of pageantry. And I get the feeling that they might do this for every regular season game as well.
Maybe. But if they don't, I mean, if you get it here at home, why wouldn't you? Just try and make the moment bigger for everybody, especially for the opponent.
Starting five for Everett is going to be Yasmin Guerriere, Jacqueline Emanuel, Caroline Cardinelli, Chloe Cardillo, and Kiana Wilkerson. I heard she goes by the nickname Kiki Sav. And now we can see again. In Everett, they really struggled down the stretch. They were 13-5. They lost their last two games to Methuen and Haverhill, two Merrimack Valley Conference teams. You could say that it was Everett struggling down the stretch, but we were talking on the car ride up here. Robert was saying that just tells them how good the Merrimack Valley really is. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. About to get this one underway here at Everett High School, and it's the 8-9 game. The winner of this game will play Woburn, and the Woburn girls team is in the stands as well, over to our left, scouting their competition. Which, why not?
Yeah. I mean, any advantage you can get.
I can tell you they're not getting this tape from us, so they better remember everything they see. So we mentioned, go ahead.
I would think on the road, we talked about this in the Bishop game, but even more so now, it's going to be important what kind of start the Panthers get off to, especially offensively. The Bishop game, they couldn't get in rhythm, and they were playing from behind pretty much from the get-go, and I think that pressure became a little bit too much for them down the stretch.
You know, the Everett boys team presses. We'll see if the Everett girls team does it as well. It was something that the boys team beat pretty quickly, enough to where Everett just backed off. And that's not something Everett does. They usually press the entire game. Opening tip won by the Crimson. Guerriere in the corner, throws it down low, sent away by Moreland, already making her presence felt, but the rebound and putback in for two. It was Hippolyte.
Moreland busy. Moreland was busy on the block. They needed someone else to come down with that rebound.
That was Wilkerson who got that first two. Bernard for three. Off the mark, rebound Crimson, trying to get off to a quick two-score lead. Going to drive on Bernard. Got it to go. 2 points again from Wilkerson. So Kiki Sav making her name not just clever. Early on, she has all 4 points.
Making it important.
Anderson. 12 on the shot clock. Gotch in the high post. Looking someone to drive. Bernard kicks out. Beaudry. Ball fake. She drives, loses it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. She got to get it off. She does. Off the glass. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Panthers looking a little out of sync on offense again to start a game.
Bringing it up is Everett. Cardinelli over to the corner. Wilkerson, Cardinelli.
Great ball movement.
Gonna get our first foul. We'll have to wait to see who it's on. It's gonna be on Bernard. Shooting 2, Yasmin Guerriere. Knocks down the first. Bakey in for Gotch. Early substitution, 1.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, Brooke is a good outside shooter, and I think they're desperate a little bit for some offense right now.
Both are knocked down.
Especially with this fast start that Everett's offense has gotten out to.
Beaudry getting it past half court. Finds Bernard. Bernard's going to drive. She'll be fouled. She'll shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Chloe Cardillo. It's her first.
Panthers trying to get on the board here.
Mentioned how Beverly needs that third scorer besides Moreland or Anderson to step up. Sometimes this season it's Ben Bernard.
Yeah, we saw that a couple of times. The Gloucester game is one of them. And I think that need for that third scorer is exactly why they went to the substitution of Brooke, too, very early, because we've seen Brooke be able to be that third person as well.
Travel on Guerriere. Beverly trailing 6-1, 6:13 left to go in the first. Moreland coming off the screen. I'm sure they remember the 32 she dropped on them early February. She's going to go up for 1, and she can't even get it off. She loses it, but she regains control, but gives it back to the Crimson. In transition.
Definitely doing a great job of getting back on defense on that, though.
Bernard, a good job there, forcing Guerriere out of bounds.
So back-to-back defensive stops for the Panthers.
Beaudry quickly to Bernard in the high post, looking for a cutting Moreland. She finds her. She'll go up for 2.
Nicely done by Moreland there. The cleanest look, obviously, they've gotten all day.
Guerriere slowing it down for the Crimson. Cardinelli trying to get it down low. Pass too far out in front for Emmanuel. So
And
Beverly on a 3-0 run.
Yeah. Now it's Everett's offense that looks a bit out of sync here.
Bakey looking for Beaudry off of a pick. Gets it to Moreland. Could have been a foul on Cardinelli, but she'll be fouled later in the play. I believe that's going to go on to Emmanuel. We'll wait and see. Moreland will shoot 2. It's actually going to go against Cardillo. That's her second already early in this first with 5:13 left, and we're going to get a quick substitution for Cardillo.
That's one of the things that allowed the Panthers to get back early in the Bishop game, was getting the team in foul trouble.
It's sophomore Maddie Dury or Duray come in for Cardillo. Moreland knocks them both down. Good to see her hitting her free throws early. 5-0 run for the Panthers since the 6-0 run from Everett to start this game. Cardinelli working on Bakey. Uncontrolled shot. Moreland grabs it, sends it to Beaudry. Beverly's pushing. Looking to take the lead. Bernard can't handle the pass from Beaudry. It's going to go back to the Crimson.
You know, I think Everett got back and was set there. They probably needed to slow that one down. But back to Moreland at the line. That's one of the ways that people have stopped her this year, is just accept the fact that you might have to foul her sometimes and bring her to the line. So if she can get those, that's going to be huge.
Kiki Sav getting it sent away from Moreland to Sav of her own. Wilkerson saves it. Beaudry grabs it. Messy play there. It's going to go back to Everett. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. It was a good job by Moreland setting away Wilkerson there on the first attempt.
Yeah, absolutely. She's an early presence already in this game down low. Not that that's a surprise at all.
3, no good. Moreland grabs another board. She's going to take it up, drop it off to Beaudry.
Yeah, after that great start, Everett really looks bad on offense.
Anderson misses her first attempt. Like to see her get some more shots up early, get comfortable after she struggled here in early February.
She just loves that near side corner 3, by the way, too. That's where she took it from there.
Yeah, if she played 2K, she'd be a corner specialist. Play a lot of 2K. It's stuck in my head. Anderson with the rebound. Beaudry.
I could never get into the basketball game.
Oh, it's so good. Moreland finishes. Beverly on a 7-0 run. They take their first lead of this game, and it was a good job by Beverly not to get out of sync too early, down 6-0 early. So they might press being down by 6 early in the game, but they've gotten it back together, forcing Everett into some quick shots as Wilkerson can't hit that.
And a young team that not panicking is really important.
Anderson open 3. One didn't fall. They'll start falling. Nice pass. Wilkerson inside. Defense by Moreland. Wilkerson couldn't connect, and she blocks Cardinelli there. Another attempt, another board from Moreland. She's trying to grab it. She does. Gets it to Bernard, and Moreland making her presence felt in this 7-0 Beverly run. Anderson fakes her out with the 3. Jumper, got it to go. And what a great job by Anderson. Knows that they have to respect her shot. Took that pump fake and drove. 9-0 lead for the Panthers now.
Talk about what a quick turnaround. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Just how dominant they've been since that rough start.
Guerriere to Wilkerson. From the charity stripe, no good. Moreland grabs it. She's off to the races. She's going to take it herself. 2 points for Moreland. She's on fire. 11-0 run for the Panthers. Timeout Everett. Beverly leads 11-6. 2:34 left to go in the first. And what we've seen in the first minute and a half, Beverly down 6-0. Since then, 11-0 run. They've been clicking in. You have to mention T. Bernard's defense. I've noticed a couple times on ball. They're playing some man-to-man tonight. She's doing a great job forcing a couple turnovers. Yeah,
I think Beverly, we see Moreland with the blocks, but they usually play real good team defense. Everyone. I think sometimes some of the trouble is offensive rhythm. Defensively, they're always sound. Everett can't buy a shot right now.
As the Moreland parents wave at us.
And we've talked about this, what team we're going to see, consistency problems. But we've seen a lot is they rise to big occasions. We saw that the Revere game, they were away. They, they're able to beat a very good Revere team. Sometimes the problems have come playing down to competition. And it looks like, again, at least after the little rough patch to start, they're rising to that competition again.
In Revere, the 5th seed in this tournament, the D1 North tournament, it's good to know that you've beaten some quality teams in your division, and you're not scared after beating a team like Revere, after coming into this Everett school and putting on a good showing so far in the first. You belong here in this young team. That says a lot to their confidence moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely, and I truly believe it myself too. I mean, sometimes it's just consistency sometimes the issue. When they're on, they seem like they can play with anyone.
And out of that timeout, Emmanuel took it to the rack. Her first attempt misses, but she got her own board and threw it up. So out of the timeout, Everett seems to be a little more focused. A 3 from Bakey, off the mark. It's coming the other way. Guerriere, guarded by Bernard. Guerriere, and 1. Quick run for Everett out of that timeout. 2 quick buckets, try to make it a 5-0 run and tie it here at 11 with 1:57 left in the first quarter. We apologize. We're both under the weather, so if you hear some coughing or some sniffles, blame the weather.
With the way things have been going lately, the sickness going around, you're lucky even doing this game.
I know. You're telling me I had the flu and then an ear infection, and
yeah, it's been a rough month for you.
Beaudry, deadly crossover. She can't finish, though. We're going to get a push on Bernard. That's her first.
That's Bernard's second.
It's her second. Okay. Thank you for that.
You're busy doing play-by-play. Don't worry, that's my job.
Whitehair's going to check in for her on the next whistle. Wilkerson. Emmanuel, 3. Contested, no good. Bakey with the board. She's going to try to get into the hands of Beaudry. She does. She's running. She's got a quick dribble. Deflected by Guerriere, but she had Anderson in the near corner. Really lucky that they keep the possession as Whitehair, the freshman, enters. Quick inbound to Bakey. Anderson in the corner. She'll drive, baseline, up and under, blocked, but it's going to be a foul. It's on Guerriere. That's her first. I know that's right.
Yes. Because right now I believe the only fouls I have for Everett are on Cordello.
Yep.
So Haley did the line for the first time tonight.
And Beverly 2 for 2 at the line early. Obviously free throws very important any night, but especially a playoff game when you're playing a good team, the game's going to be close. Got to hit your free throws. They're free. Can't knock down the second. Offensive board, Whitehair. She's going to go up with it. She gets it.
Oh, what a contribution off the bench right away.
14-10 Panther lead. 1 minute, 8 seconds left to go in the first. It's been a game of runs early on. Cardinelli, good move, good hook over Bakey. Bakey for 3. Gets it to go. High scoring game in this first quarter. Good job by Beaudry to notice Everett's defense wasn't set. Quickly got it to Bakey, and the bench for Beverly doing a good job so far. Redirected by Moreland. Rebound Anderson.
Yeah, 5 points off the bench already.
Beaudry down low to Moreland. She gets space. It's in for 2. 19-12.
That's just too easy.
Moreland's eating tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned she got 32 against this team the first time they played. I think she's on her way to another night like that. They just can't handle her.
Nice dish. That was Guerriere that dropped it to Kiki Sav, in for 2. Beverly still leading by 5. Deep 3 from Bakey. Heat check. No good. There's 4 seconds left on the clock, so that was a surprise. A half-court heave off the mark. So at the end of 1, 19-14 Panther lead, and it was a 6-0 run by Everett to start. Then Beverly took an 11-0 run on their own, and it's been back and forth since then. 19-14 lead for the Panthers. You see Moreland doing her job when she can. Bakey hit that nice 3 off the bench, and Whitehair, a quick offensive board as soon as she came on the court, in for 2.
Yeah, it's already double-digit points from Moreland, 10.
Seems surprised.
I don't know why I am.
Pace that out, she's going to score 40. Just simple math. Even I can do that. So coming out of this first quarter, we'll see.
I was just about to say, we've seen the good quarter.
Yep.
Now what are we going to see for the next quarter? It seems like it's that second quarter sometimes, too, that gives the Panthers trouble, specifically that one.
In Stanchel, probably reminding his team of that. They got to keep up the intensity. This team is not going to go away. It's do or die. You lose, you're out. He's going to send the same 5 he just had out there. Moreland and Anderson with Beaudry, Whitehair, and Bakey.
I think, the offensive scoring coming in bunches. I think this might be a Brooke kind of night.
We just saw her take a deep 3 all the way from the parking lot. So she's definitely going to try to get her shots up. Start of quarter number 2. Anderson, she'll take a 3, spot up. No good. But Whitehair, great defense.
Careless pass.
In for 2 with the contact in my head as she was driving. I was saying maybe don't do that, but.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking, you know what? She probably should slow it down, but it worked out.
Whitehair, quick 4 points off the bench. Beaudry grabs the steal, off to the races. Moreland offensive board, put back, no good. Some contact on the play, no whistle. Everett coming the other way, and Whitehair gets eaten up on the crossover. But they can't complete the 3 as Whitehair grabs the board. She'll grab the last laugh as well. Anderson has that deflected. Beverly with a 7-point lead, 21-14. Whitehair to inbound. Forced the pass in, but we're going to get a foul on Guerriere. That's number 2, and some complaining, and I agree. I don't know if that was a foul, but
you know, if she's going to fall off balance, though, and he's going to see your hand reaching in, he's more than likely going to call that.
And there was bailed out. There was nobody open on that inbound. Whitehair had to get it out somehow. They find Moreland. Bakey.
Thought about it.
Anderson, spin move. Back. Gets it to go. Anderson, her first 3. It's good to see Anderson find the bottom of the net.
Boy, they gave her way too much space there. You can't do that.
She's not just a catch and shooter, too. She can create her own shot, as she did there off the pick.
Oh, that's the biggest thing that we've seen, a difference from last year to this year with her, I think.
Wilkerson, long 2, no good. Rebound Moreland, frustration foul. That's on Kiki Sav. I love that nickname. You could just really add the name Sav to any name. It could be Dom Sav, Alex Sav. That just works. Just you're savage, plain and simple. Substitution.
I agree, but I think Kiki takes it to another level.
It does. Fitzgerald enters for Guerriere, who picked up her second foul. Fitzgerald, a freshman, turnover from the Panthers. Fitzgerald, the only freshman on this Everett roster. Right now, Beverly has 2 freshmen out there in their lineup. Driving, Emmanuel. Pass, Beaudry. Emmanuel's got a quick first step. Good finish as well. 8-point lead for the Panthers, 24-16. Beaudry thinking about going baseline. Trying to drop it down to Moreland. She's double teamed. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go to Everett. And that's something I've noticed too. Beverly dribbling themselves into a corner. In this Everett defense, this man-to-man D, doing very well staying with the Beverly players. Not a lot of open passes. They're not easy to make.
No, and you know, dribbling into problems, that's what we saw in the Bishop game. Just to a higher degree because of how aggressive Bishop played.
Bakey jumping the lane. She grabs the steal.
Boy, they are playing great on offense. I've done defense.
Into Moreland. Finds Bakey. Open 3. No good. Offensive board. Whitehair again. 2 for her. She has 6 off the bench. Whitehair playing great.
Talking about stepping up.
All of her shots, too, have been with a hand in her face.
You know, we've talked about Bakey and Bernard being the third person. Whitehair's going, no.
Fitzgerald, the freshman, in for 2. Beverly's lead is at 8. Their largest lead has been 10. That was in the first quarter. Anderson, guarded by Fitzgerald. Down low to Moreland. Wilkerson on her. Moreland can't finish. Moreland pleading for a call. Not going to get one. Emmanuel loses it out of bounds. This game has been as advertised. Not like a Wendy's 4 for 4 when it's really like $4.26 with tax. This one is a $4 4 for 4. No gimmicks. Anderson, surprised she's not taking the shot. She's being left wide open. She's going to. Can't get it to go. Surprised she didn't
just
take that
daring her.
Exactly. Manuel fouled on the floor by Beaudry.
Beaudry's first.
We've seen Emmanuel in this second quarter really take it to the hoop. Get some high percentage looks. Duryea Long three. Off the backboard, no good. Another board, Moreland, she stumbles but gets it to Whitehair. Quickly to Beaudry. Beverly's on offense now. Anderson in the corner, open three. Cash.
Corner three for Haley.
Nobody puts Haley in the corner. 29-18, 11-point lead. That's their largest tonight for the Panthers. 4:05 left to go in the first half. Dirtier for two. Couldn't get it to go. Foul. Moreland grabbed the board. I believe it's going to go against Cardinelli. It will. The push. Sixth team foul for the Crimson. One more. Beverly will be shooting 1-1. Into Anderson for two. Great look from Beaudry, and this Beverly team probably couldn't be happy with their first half performance. 13-point lead, 3:45 left to go. Timeout, Everett.
It was Moreland in the first quarter. Second quarter, it's been Haley.
A word from the MIAA, more than 200,000 students will participate in approximately 100,000 high school sport competitions among the MIAA's 360 member schools this year. Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association encourages you to support your local high school athletic programs and the students who participate in them. Again, a thanks to the MIAA and all of their wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rules and regulations. Makes it very easy to do these things. Beverly, of course, with a 31-18 lead in the first half. 3:45 left to go.
Well, you're talking about rising to the occasion. This is like the best we've seen them, especially offensively.
Definitely. Stanchel has to be happy. Already 31 points in this one.
And they're switching off, too. It was Moreland in the first quarter. Second quarter, it's been Anderson. And Whitehair off the bench. 6 points. Brooks hit a 3, too.
Everett will have the ball now after that timeout. After the last timeout, they came off. It was Beverly with an 11-0 run. Everett called that timeout. They came back and made it more interesting.
And they've got a few of the Everett starters in a little bit of foul trouble as well.
Cardinelli back to Emmanuel. She's been driving on Beaudry. That's been a problem. No good. Rebound, Moreland. That's going to be a matchup to look at as Emmanuel's trying to take advantage of the size of Beaudry, and the refs just missed a travel there on Moreland, I think. We're going to get a foul on the floor. Whitehair was fouled. She'll be shooting 1-1 anyway, but the foul is going to be on number 43, Fitzgerald. That's her first. A little bit of a freshman-on-freshman crime. Whitehair can't knock down the first of 1-1. Manuel quickly with it now, past half court. Cardinelli, she's driving. Off-balance shot, but she gets it to go for two. Anderson, great D from Fitzgerald on the near side. She's going to take a pick from Moreland. Looking for Moreland, driving, up for two, blocked, but another foul. Believe that one's going to go on Emmanuel, but she got all ball there.
Beautiful entry pass by Anderson, though, getting it over the defender right in the lap of Moreland right there.
And if you're going to call a foul there, I have no problem, but I don't think it would have been on Emmanuel. I think it would have been on Cardinelli on the near side.
Wait, they called that on Emmanuel?
They called that on Emmanuel from the back end. Moreland can't knock down the first.
I thought for sure that was on Cardinelli.
You would think after watching that play. Moreland knocks it down, 3 from 4 from the line tonight so far, 32-20. Panthers with a 12-point lead, 2:45 left to go in the first half. Pace of this game slowed down after the last Everett timeout.
Those are Moreland's first points, by the way, of this quarter.
Whitehair with the board, and you would think that wouldn't be great because
but
as
it has
Moreland
not mattered.
Goes, exactly, as Moreland goes, Beverly usually goes. Bakey with a 3, can't get it to go.
That's a very good sign for the Panthers.
Manuel in transition, she's got speed, step back, Cash. Manuel definitely has the hot hand and the determination to bring her team back into this one. Moreland on Wilkerson, in for 2. Sometimes you forget she's only a freshman.
I forget it all the time.
34-22. Lead back to 12. Fitzgerald almost with a turnover. Beaudry trying to come up with it. She loses it out of bounds, and lucky are the Crimson for Fitzgerald to really get a hand in there. Manuel sizing up Beaudry. Drops it down to Cardinelli, working on Bakey. Turnaround Jay off the glass, just no good. Whitehair.
Good move, though.
Whitehair has to have about 5 boards tonight to go with her 6 points. She's played great off the bench. Stanchel not substituting at all in this second quarter, and I don't blame him. The team is clicking. They don't seem to be tired whatsoever. Beaudry streaking to the hoop. Sent away by Emmanuel. She steps out of bounds. It almost looked like he wasn't going to call that.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like Beverly was going to get away with another one.
And nobody up there to grab it, and that was really Emmanuel. The only thing she could do, she had to roll it. It was very interesting. Nobody for Everett coming to grab the inbound, but Kiki Sav comes away with the steal on Bakey. Just the turnaround they needed. Cardinelli, long two, no good. Rebound Anderson.
It was a good takeaway by Kiki, but Everett looks so out of sync.
Whitehair trying to free up Beaudry with the pick. Bakey down low to Moreland. She's going to eat. In for 2. The touch she has near the rim to go along with the power she uses to get there. 14-point lead. Beverly's largest tonight. 45 seconds left to go in the first half. Stolen by Bakey. Beverly's clicking. And just as I say, if they turn it over, actually going to stay with Beverly as Emmanuel touched that last.
And the Crimson looking badly out of sync on offense.
I do not expect this to be the same Everett team we see in the second half, however. Bakey, open 3, wide open, gets it to go. Her second tonight. Beverly, 39 points in the first half. Has to be their most in a half this season. Almost another turnover, and it will be another turnover for Everett towards the end of this first half. 19.7 left to go. Sanchel's team is really producing.
The second forced entry pass by Everett on offense. And it feels like right now, especially on the offensive side of the ball, they are feeling the pressure.
And I guess we're going to get a foul on Everett that's on Dirty Ass. It's going to be 1-1. The referee explaining it to the Everett coach.
Things just getting worse right now for the Crimson.
It's actually going to be a technical, I believe. Anderson will shoot for the technical.
I couldn't catch who was there.
She can't knock down the first. And Everett seems to be unraveling as this quarter goes on.
Yeah, just about everything that can go wrong has. Unfortunately, they get bailed out there as Anderson missed them both. "19 seconds left for the Panthers to try and salvage something out of this."
And that referee explaining the technical call to the Everett coach, our good friend David Margosian, who we talked about in that tournament. He loves to watch himself on those replays, loves to see what he's doing wrong. Moreland, she'll find Bakey, long two, no good. Cardinelli with the rebound, shot clock turned off. 11 seconds and counting. Spin move, Fitzgerald, the jumper, no good. Whitehair with the rebound. 5 seconds left, they have a shot. Beaudry's just gonna dribble it out. Hold off to the second half, so at the end of one, Beverly leading 39-22, 17-point lead, their largest this game. They're clicking on offense, and Everett was really struggling on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You especially saw it at the end. A lot of real forced entry passes as if she was trying to muscle that ball in as much as she could. Everett looks like they're really feeling the pressure right now. They got the technical foul. And, I mean, just about everything that can go wrong has for the Crimson, especially to close out that second quarter.
And so at the end of the first half, Beverly takes a 39-22 lead into the locker room. We'll be back for the second half as well as more analysis on that first half. So we'll be right back momentarily.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
About a minute away from the start of the second half here at Everett High School. Beverly with a 39-22 lead. Moreland with 16 points, done a great job. And who else we got for scoring leaders, Dom?
We got Anderson, who has, oh wow, I can't even read my own handwriting right now. But I'll get back to you on that because we talk about the third person a lot. You know, Bakey with 6, Whitehair with 6 herself. It's 11 points for Anderson. And now the mark is just consistency. You got to maintain this. We've seen Beverly sometimes have some mental lapses and blow some leads.
Moreland kicks it out to Bakey. Long two, no good. Offensive board, put back, gets it to go with a hand in her face.
And a great start.
And we mentioned it too, only a couple substitutions for Stanchel in that first quarter. He brought in Whitehair and he brought in Bakey, two girls who have provided for 12 points off the bench for the Panthers. And in that second quarter, no substitutions for the Panthers. He just rolled with his crew and won, as that's put in by Cardillo, who was out for majority of that first half in foul trouble. Not sure who that foul was on. It was on Anderson.
You know, a half that it's hard to say. Not much more could go wrong for Everett, but a few bright spots. 8 points for Wilkerson, 6 points for Emmanuel. We saw Emmanuel sometimes beating Beaudry in the one-on-ones, getting down low for the layups.
Moreland, the drive, foul. That was a late call. They're going to call a charge. I disagree. I think that's a makeup call. I'm going to have a talk with David Margosian after the game.
Moreland is not happy about that. She
didn't knock anyone over.
Yeah, I can't say
the Everett defender did not hit the ground, did not budge. She was pushed. That was 100% a makeup call. I'm just going to leave it at that. Coming the other way now. Wilkerson on Moreland. Turnaround Jay, no good. Anderson could have been called for the over the back, and so could have Cardillo, and she did. Both of those were over the backs, and I had no problem calling either one. Beaudry. Finally got to try to get, not finally, trying to get Beverly on the board in this this second half. About a minute has passed. She can't knock down the runner. Moreland with the defense. Shot no good. Cardinelli, the rebound put back no good. Moreland trying to chase down the board. She does. She's off in transition. Finds Anderson. Intercepted there by Emmanuel. Going to try to take it herself. Going to get a foul on Bernard.
That's Bernard's third. Are you a little surprised that Stanchel actually changed up the lineup going into this?
A little bit. He was content with that second quarter lineup, and
yeah, they were rolling.
And I don't believe the drop-off from talent is that severe when you take out Bernard to put in either Whitehair or Bakey.
No, absolutely not. But, you know, you go with the hot hand sometimes. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
But, you know, Bernard has got the majority of the minutes this year, so experience sometimes, you know, he wanted that. But you have to expect now with her getting her third foul, we're probably going to see Whitehair back in.
Manuel knocks down the second after missing the first. 6:22 left to go in the third quarter. And I misspoke earlier. I said Beverly wasn't on the board yet in this quarter. They are. Bernard keeps her dribble after hitting the ground. Good wherewithal to be able to do that, and she'll drive, get it out to Beaudry. She'll go up for two. She'll be fouled and one. Count it. Beaudry on the board. Her first points tonight.
I believe they called that on Cardinelli.
Beaudry completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Leads up to 18, the largest for the Panthers tonight. Wilkerson to Emmanuel, long two. Got it to go.
You know, they put up points, but especially that second quarter and now, it seems like it's kind of just give the ball to Emmanuel and let her do her thing.
She sends that one away as well, doing a good job on the defensive end.
But as far as team offensively, even now they still seem a little out of sync.
Moreland fighting for position on Wilkerson on this inbound, trying to look to get it to her. Bernard throws it up. She gets position. She'll lose it going up, though. Turnover.
Moreland not happy with the call again.
She's never happy with any call, though. That's what.
Well,
that's something about her.
That's how her competitor is.
I know. Guerriere, good defense by Bernard. We're going to get an offensive foul. Moving pick on Guerriere.
Guerriere isn't happy, but seemed pretty clear cut.
Maybe the third foul on Guerriere.
Yeah.
Another moving pick. This one, it's on Moreland.
Boy, the refs are being liberal with their giving out fouls right now.
And we're going to get a timeout from Stanchel. And from the refs, I mean, there have been some calls on both sides that we wouldn't agree with, but I believe most of those are makeup calls. Everett was getting really hurt on the fouls that was being called on them. I would say about half the fouls on Everett in that first half should not have been fouls. So I believe that now the refs are in makeup mode, and maybe they're not, but I mean, both sides of each call have been very, very against the other.
That's just about the only explanation I can think of right now.
Panthers leading 44-28. 5:24 left to go in the third. 16-point lead for Beverly.
Our producer's even shaking his head, too, about some of those foul calls.
You know, Robert is just notorious for not liking any call either.
He is irate.
Robert can be a bit of a hothead. He's got that beanie on, too, so it's just making it fume. Come on, take the hat off, Robert. It's warm in here.
It's great having him right here because he's not usually right in front of us. Now
I know. We get to see his reactions, and he doesn't have to yell at us in our ears when he's off in the producer room. 44-28. I remember the old days having Robert next to me for every game. You could hear him through the mic sometimes. Cardinelli driving. Long two. Off the glass, no good. Anderson can't grab the board. Saved by Cardinelli, but she didn't need to do that.
Yeah, that's a mistake from Everett right there. Should have been very clear that they were going to maintain possession on that.
Bakey can't knock down the three. Everett coming the other way. With contact, no good. Rebound, Beaudry. Beverly has numbers. She gets it out to Bakey. It's going to be an easy bunny. She connects. Bakey 8 points off the bench for the Panthers. Tie their largest lead tonight with 18.
Boy, you're talking about not getting back on defense. 3 Beverly players were all alone on that.
Fall away from Emmanuel. Rebound, Moreland. Bakey, the hot hand. Long two, no good. Bernard, the offensive board, trying to kick it out. She'll end up with it eventually. Finds Bakey, and she'll slow it down. Beaudry taking it from Moreland, in for two. Beaudry with 5 tonight. Moreland with the assist.
It looked like there was a little trouble on the handoff too, but a little stumble, but it didn't even matter.
20-point lead for the Panthers, their largest tonight. They've not missed a beat from the first half. Manuel down low, abusing Beaudry there.
But it's the only thing that Everett has on offense right now.
It's not even that Beaudry's a subpar defender, very good on the defensive end. Just Emmanuel has that size on her as Bakey can't connect from 3 again. Transition. Beaudry stepping out of the way. Easy 2 for Guerriere, so 4-0 run for Everett. They cut the lead down to 16. Whitehair's going to check in soon. Beaudry. She'll be fouled by Emmanuel.
That's Emmanuel's second.
And Whitehair will enter for Bernard. Bernard's done a great job on the defensive end tonight as well as on the boards. And we're going to get a timeout from Everett, as Emmanuel seemed to be shaken up after that play. They'll have a substitution as well. So 3:13 left to go in this third quarter. Beverly keeping their foot on the gas.
Yeah, that was the key to really see. You got to know you were a little, I mean, I felt a little bit nervous. Just, yeah, but it's been fine. They've done it well.
After that 6-0 lead, too, early on, speaking with our cameraman, Mark Lehman, at halftime, even he was saying to me, oh, I don't know, it could be a long night, but they wrote the ship. They went on the 11-0 run after that point, and Beverly has really controlled the majority of this game. Of course, up 16 now. We're going to have Gotch check in after this timeout. So it'll be out there for Beverly will be Gotch, Moreland, Beaudry, Whitehair, and Anderson.
Haven't seen Gotch a lot, but I think you get a little bit more defense with her in the game.
Beaudry is inbounding, trying to get it to Gotch. She can't. Whitehair ends up with it, going for two with contact, gets it to go. And Whitehair, her night continues. 8 points for her. Each shot she's made, but with a hand in her face, she's going to try to complete the three-point play in this Beverly bench. 16 points for the Panthers, coming from two girls, Bakey and Whitehair.
You know, it's great. We've been talking about it for so long is the key, that third person, and it's great to see it.
Shot, no good. Rebound, Moreland. Winner of this game will play Woburn, of course. Game will be on March 2nd. They have the date for the quarterfinals already set. Nice spin move from Moreland, and one. She finishes right in front of the camera. Moreland continues to eat. It's a Thanksgiving feast for the entire Panther offense tonight.
Yeah, she's at 20 points now on the night. Trying to match that total she had against them last time with 32.
Substitution as Santi, sophomore, comes in for Wilkerson. Missed free throw opportunity. Beverly with a 20-point lead. Emmanuel trying to cut into it. She does. She's been the bright spot for the Crimson tonight. She is a great player indeed.
Yeah, she got 14 points for them.
Playing great defense on Beaudry tonight as well. Turnover coming the other way. Everett with a head of steam. Sent away by Moreland. She was waiting on it. She was waiting.
Boy, that's a great job by Moreland. And I was thinking to myself, too, I hope she doesn't overdo this and get a foul. But she did a perfect job letting her in the entry and then just swatting that ball away.
In that game against Woburn that the winner will be playing again, we mentioned March 2nd. That's going to be on Friday, which is good news because if Beverly advances, I know I'm free. Moreland trying to go coast to coast. She can't complete it, but a rebound by Gotch extends the possession. Moreland forcing her way down low. Offensive board. She's going to put it up again. You're not going to call a foul there. And another offensive
a lot of
board.
Contact.
Beaudry, Anderson, three. Yes!
Count it.
Anderson for three. This is the best we've seen the Panthers play all season long. Things are clicking for the Panthers. Deep three. Everett is in desperation mode already with 1:40 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was clearly a desperation shot. But I want to start talking about just how great everything is and how great the performance is. Almost as if it's a wrap-up, but it's only the third quarter.
I know, but we can't get ahead of ourselves.
I know. It's tough not to.
Everett team has a lot of talent. Manuel's been holding up her end of the bargain. And Gotch seems to have gotten mugged on that play. No foul call. She'll be called for a foul.
Didn't need to.
Minute 24 left to go in the third. Panthers 55, Crimson 35. Manuel to Guriel, guarded by Whitehair. Manuel, crossover. Nice dish down low. Ends up back outside. 10 on the shot clock. We're going to get a travel.
Things really starting to snowball now for Everett. And they're looking rushed and just off on offense.
Everett's pressing now. Moreland takes it all the way down court. She'll be fouled. And
clear foul.
if we were going to have a, I don't believe that was a clear foul. I think it could have been clean. It seemed to be getting all ball there. Robert saying it was on the hand, but Robert doesn't agree with anything I say. Moreland's going to be shooting too.
He agreed with me then on that.
He did. Lead up to 21 for the Panthers. Just under a minute left to go in the third. It's already the 17th foul on Everett. It's only the third quarter. Beverly in the 1-on-1 the rest of the way. They'll be in the double bonus probably for most of the fourth. Cardinelli guarded by Gotch. Great defense there from the senior captain. Offensive board, saved, sent to Beaudry. Loses her footing, but she gets it up to Moreland. She's got ahead of steam. No one in front of her. Foul from behind and one. Moreland, feast, why don't ya? Try to complete that three-point play.
That time I didn't see it. .23 points right now for Moreland.
Knocks it down, and we mentioned this at halftime as we're going to get a timeout, I believe, from Everett. And we mentioned this at halftime. Excuse me, first we're going to have another word from the MIAA. The MIAA is committed to good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship, citizenship, and responsibility are the trademarks of high school activities. Support school activities with your own display of good sportsmanship and help encourage America's youth to accept the responsibility which freedom demands. Support your local high school, see the future of America on display, and attend high school competitions in your community. And we were mentioning this, and I'm not sure it was a timeout, actually, as we have the referees at the scorer's table discussing something. We'll see what that is. But we mentioned at halftime, talking off camera, that you would think after Moreland came in here in early February and dropped 32 with 26 boards on this team, that they would have a plan and they would be ready and try to really take her out of this game. There has been nothing. There hasn't been help on picks. There hasn't been double teams. They've just been letting her do what she wants to at will. And that just is very surprising to me. And you have Woburn, who's going to play the winner of this game, and Beverly up 25 at this point. I feel very confident in saying that they're going to come out with a win here. I don't even have to knock on wood. That's how confident I am. You have Woburn here looking at them in the stands, and you have to know they already have something planned up too. They already know how they're going to handle Moreland, or at least what they're going to throw at her to try to stop her. But this Everett team was not prepared to have Moreland come here and do what she wanted to do tonight.
No, not at all. As you said, we talked about 32 points, talked about it all the time. And, you know, sometimes you'd even expect, you know, maybe it works to start the game and then they figure it out. Not even to start the game. It's been Moreland throughout. Other than the beginning of the second quarter, she's just been eaten, and it's been real easy for her. And, you know, some of the help.
So it's a 1-and-1 there, and Whitehair missed the first of it.
And maybe a little bit of that is also because it's been a little bit more of an offensive attack for the Panthers than probably what Everett saw before. It's not just Moreland. We've mentioned that the bench has contributed a lot. Haley's done a lot, which Haley couldn't do in the first Everett game. So that has contributed, I think, to Everett's problems on defense with her.
Moreland with the steal. She goes up for two, gets it to go. And actually, the Woburn team is recording too, so they're going to definitely try to look at what this Beverly team has done. And everything's been clicking too. This is the best Beverly team we've seen all season. 61 points so far. As the third quarter winds down with a few seconds left, Anderson tries to extend it. She can't. But as you were saying?
I mean, I expected them to play well. I expected them, you know, rise up to the moment. But, I mean, wow, you talk about really rising up. I don't think anyone could have expected just how well this has been. Just complete on every part. Everett has looked bad. They've looked off offensively. They've just looked off, and now they're starting to feel the pressure too, and it's just made it worse.
Beverly taking a 61-35 into the fourth quarter. They lead by 26. That's their largest lead tonight so far.
And things started off good for Everett. A 6-0. And just from there, it's been all Panthers. They didn't panic at all. Stanchel has had them ready.
And he's put out the correct lineups, too. It was very, in a playoff game, too, your bench is short. And to not make a substitution in that second quarter and stick with that team that was on a roll is just something to say about that decision, and go with the girls that are really fueling your team to the great first half that they had.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you made, just how great the substitution and the decision-making has been from Stanchel. And we saw Brooke come in for Gotch extremely early on, and I mean, right away he saw something.
In Beverly, this is another classic case of them stepping up to the opponent they're playing. We've seen it this season with Revere, with Danvers, with Lynn Classical, and now with this Everett team, a team that beat them early in the season by 7 points.
Well, you know, when you have such a young team like this, Haley for three.
Wow. Off the pick, off the dribble. Count all three of those, three-ball.
You know, when you're playing such a young team like this, the Panthers being that young team, you know, sometimes that team that you saw early on is not even close to the team that you see later on. There's just so much learning. There's so much growth that happens with a team that's a lot of underclassmen. So I think this has been a very different Everett, very different Panthers team than what Everett saw before.
Beverly now up to a 29-point lead after that turnover, trying to extend it to 30. Beaudry, she has 5. Can't make it 7. Freshman Fitzgerald bringing the ball up. Trying to get it down low to Emmanuel. Off the mark, rebound Moreland. She's coming the other way now in transition. Slows it down, finds Whitehair. She's all alone. She'll drive. Up for 2.
Whitehair in double digits now, 10 points on the game for her.
And something we always talk about with this Panther team, who's going to be that third scorer? You have 2 of those girls tonight, both off the bench, Bakey and Whitehair, combining for 18 points. We're going to get a travel. Couple substitutions. Some seniors are going to get into the game. They were in the starting lineup. It's Kiki Sav as well as Cardillo. Everett with that loose press on. Trying to find Gotch, streaking down the court, turned over. Down low to Wilkerson. Guarded by Moreland. Redirected the shot, grabs the rebound. She's in transition. She has Anderson, but she's going to take it herself with contact. Can't get it to go. She'll shoot 2.
So Moreland at the line, trying to add on to a 26-point performance tonight so far for her.
See if she reaches that 32 she had here February 2nd.
5 blocks as well.
Bernard into the game for Whitehair. Knocks them both down. Moreland doing a good job tonight from the line. She's had a complete game offensively, defensively, and from the line. Seems to be playing her best basketball as the year goes on, as we're going to see the Woburn girls team exit. Feel like they've seen enough. And a foul against Everett. It's going to be 1-1. It's on Cardillo. She gets called for the hold.
Yeah, they feel they've seen enough, but from what it looks, it's going to be a lot to handle.
We're also, or excuse me, I'll be doing the game on Wednesday. The boys hosting Malden Catholic in the first round of the Division II North boys tournament. Gotch can't knock down the first. They're in the double bonus for the rest of this quarter. I'll be there, and hopefully I'll be less sick as well. Got the sniffles right now, got a bit of a cough, but we're just going to weather the storm here because BevCam never sleeps. (69-35) lead for the Panthers. Stolen by Bernard. Stolen right back by Emmanuel, but it's given back to the Panthers. Beaudry shirts on the floor. Going to be a jump ball. It'll go to Everett. Gurriel in for Cardillo. What a display tonight from the Panthers. You can't say enough about it. 3 from the corner, no good. Moreland, another board. Quickly out to Anderson. Great outlet pass. Anderson for 2. She'll be fouled. She'll shoot 2.
I mean, everything she's been on point. The entry passes, the outlet passes, the rhythm on offense, the aggressiveness on defense. Everett's barely even been at the line, too. Nothing free.
Free throw disparity has been very, very noticeable.
And basically, since the first quarter, the entire Everett offense has really just been Emmanuel, just trying to make things happen.
Anderson knocks down that free throw. Beverly now double the points of Everett, 70-35. I don't think anybody expected this much of a rout. A team that beat you not even a month ago, including a 32-26 performance from Moreland. It's a tale of 2 games this Everett and Panther team played, and Moreland going to be called her a foul. Don't complain about it, though. You're up big. It was not a foul. I agree with that, but Emmanuel's going to be shooting 2 now.
Despite what you said, Dokes is still not happy.
No.
You know Moreland isn't.
Emmanuel can't knock down the first. Moreland will exit. Huge ovation from the Beverly fans.
She'll end her night with 28 points, 5 blocks.
And about 2,500 rebounds.
Well, I got to do both teams. There's no way I can keep track of her rebounds.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Sometimes I'll just make them up, too. And just add unofficial at the end of the tweet. Seems to work out in my favor. Fake it till you make it. 5 left to go in the game here. Beverly leading 71-36. Emmanuel up to Gurriel. Everett not quitting. Turned over.
Great job by Bernard, who got a hand in on that.
Anderson finds Gotch. The limited minutes Gotch has played, she's been great defensively as well as on the boards. Sprague entered the game recently for Moreland. She grabs it, but she'll lose it out of bounds. Senior captain on this team. Emmanuel past half court. Goes up for 2 with contact, gets it to go. If I know Robert, I know he likes the game from Emmanuel. He's clapping every time she touches the ball. Smart player, athletic as well, good shot. Robert likes fundamentals when he sees them.
It's been a valiant effort from Emmanuel to try and get this offense going for her team and try and keep them in the game. She's done it from inside. She's knocked down a couple of threes. She's really done everything.
Anderson looking for space. 2 on the shot clock. She's going to have to get it off. She does, and she knocks it down. Everything's going for Beverly tonight.
And not a particularly good shot, but it still goes in. That just tells you what kind of night it's been for the Panthers.
Bet if you asked her, she said she knew it was going in. She knew it was going to drop.
Yeah, she's such a shooter. I think she has confidence that everything she throws up is going to go in.
And 1 there. Guerriere knocks it down. She will shoot 1. 34-point lead for the Panthers. Sheesh.
22-point game from Anderson, by the way, as well. She's really shown up tonight. Didn't have the hot hand in their first meeting with this Everett team. But she's introduced the Crimson to the second part of that offensive attack from the Panthers.
Thought she was going to pull up there. Instead, it's Sprague. She knocks it down. Her first points tonight, the senior.
Everybody's eating tonight.
Good defense from Gotch. Rebound Sprague. Almost taken away by Emmanuel, but Beverly regains control. Gotch to the corner. Bernard back to Gotch. An open shot. She's going to take a long two. Nope. Passes it off to Beaudry. Beverly team eating out the clock. 2:40 left to go in the fourth. We haven't seen another freshman, McCarthy, at all tonight. We're going to see her soon, the next whistle. And we've seen a lot of McCarthy down the stretch. Jumper no good. Sprague couldn't put the tip in. We're getting the timeout, get some subs in. So McCarthy and Whitehair, a couple freshmen coming in for Beaudry and Bernard. Out there for the Panthers, you have McCarthy and Whitehair, who just entered, with Anderson, Gotch, and Sprague. Couple of freshmen, couple of seniors, and a sophomore. Off the mark, rebound Whitehair. She'll slow it down. Gotch looking down low to Sprague. Gets it out to Whitehair. She'll drive. Hand in her face again. Couldn't get it to go. And up to that point, she hadn't missed a shot tonight. 3, Guriel. Off the mark, rebound Everett. Put back, no good. Another rebound, another put back, doesn't fall. Minute 35 left to go in the fourth. Panthers leading 76-41, a complete rout of the Everett Crimson in the first round of the D1 North Tournament.
And a game that the foot just never left the gas pedal for the Panthers at all.
And Beverly will travel to Woburn on Friday. We will be there. We will not be recording it live, but we will be there to have it on tape delay for you the next day as McCarthy goes coast to coast and she'll be fouled.
You talk about a confidence builder. You come in on the road at a place like this and you have this kind of performance, not just a win, but an absolute rout.
A
and
domination.
just a perfect game played by the Panthers tonight.
And they're going to, with that, like you said, with the confidence they have to go and play the #1 seed in the tournament in Woburn. You needed confidence after this game.
That is a tough ask. Both are a tough ask, but now you're going to have to go play the #1 seed. But I mean, you couldn't come into a game with more confidence than what this Panthers team should right now.
McCarthy knocks it down. A couple subs. We have Anderson.
And a team you even have the history of
Yep.
who beat you, and you still come in a playoff game in their court and just blow them out.
Exactly. Says a lot about this team and how much they've grown this season. Again, we talk about all the time a young team. And a situation like this, a road game in the first tournament game of this postseason against a team that beat you not even a month ago after your best player had a monster performance with 32 and 26 and they still beat you. To come in here and play like they have, pretty much mistake-free basketball from start to finish. You can't ask more from this team, and this team has grown before our eyes over the course of this last month.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and they've answered the two things we always talk about. The two big things, and it really took till now to really answer them, is can we get a 4-quarter complete performance? We have. Can we get that third person? And we have. And it's been, especially now down the stretch, it's been even more than a third person. Just about everyone has gotten on the board for the Panthers.
Beverly's just going to try to run down this clock. Shot clock's turned off. Anderson has it now. 8 seconds left. Drops it down to Whitehair. Maybe they'll try to put one up. I don't think they're going to, though. Going to try to kick it back out. Whitehair. Anderson thinking about a shot. Mid-range 2. Couldn't get it to go. Beverly wins this one 78-45. What a win for this Panther team. Up and down the court, they were dominant. It started off looking like it was going to be a long night and a tough game. This Everett team went on a 6-0 run to start. Beverly couldn't get anything to click early, but they went on an 11-0 run after that. It was 11-6, and the tide just turned. The Panthers, 78-45, huge game.
I don't think
both Anderson from Moreland. Great games off the bench.
Yeah, everyone, the third person, 18 points combined for Bakey and Whitehair. Moreland dropped 28. Anderson had 22. And, you know, they came in here, played this kind of game, and especially after the bad start, and it just didn't matter. Stanchel got them ready. And, I mean, you and I talked about it. I felt confident they could come in and win, but no one could have expected this.
Nobody at all. 78-45. Beverly advances to the second round of the D1 North tournament. They will play Woburn at Woburn. That will be on Friday. We will have that game covered for you. And you just really can't say enough about this team. In Everett, a lot of credit to them. They fought hard. Emmanuel, one of the best players I've seen this year in all of the D1 teams we've seen, D2 teams as well. She came to play and she really performed.
Yeah. And, you know, Woburn, talked about Everett, still didn't come up with a solid plan to stop Moreland. So Woburn is going to have a lot to handle and have a lot of their hands to try and figure out after they watch this game and they'll look at the tape.
Beverly,
try and figure it out.
Beverly's season will continue. We will have more playoff basketball for you. The boys will host the last seed in the D2 North tournament. That's Malden Catholic. We'll have that game for you. It's going to be live on YouTube, but it's only going to be audio for you. That'll be on Wednesday. You can watch the full version, the video and audio, on Thursday. Me and Dom Rivetto will have that game for you on Wednesday. But for now, for Alex DeLuco, Dom Lorenzano, Robert Dokes, and Mark Lehman, this girls' season continues, and I couldn't be more happy about it.